Assalamu alaikum. 6 p.m. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Sumera Kamal. The headlines first. Prime Minister has left for Turkey on a two-day official visit to discuss entire spectrum of bilateral relations with Turkish leadership. Pakistan says it is looking forward to positive engagements with the United States at leadership level. Information Minister has said that peace in Pakistan is linked with peace in Afghanistan. In occupied Kashmir, Indian troops in their fresh acts of state terrorism martyred 3 more Kashmiri youth in Pulwama district today. A Chinese newspaper, Global Times, has advised Indian media to take an objective view of the China-Pakistan economic corridor. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Imran Khan has left on a two-day official visit to Turkey on the invitation of President Recep Tayyip Erdogan. He is accompanied by a high-level delegation comprising Minister for Foreign Affairs Shah Mahmood Qureshi, Minister for Finance Asad Umar, Minister for Planning Makhdoom Khusro Bakhtiar, and others. During the visit, he will meet Turkish President and discuss with him the entire spectrum of bilateral relations as well as regional and international situation. The Prime Minister will also address traders and businessmen. The visit will help explore new avenues of cooperation and collaboration between the two countries, particularly in the areas of economic, trade, and commercial relations. Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi says Prime Minister Imran Khan's visit to Turkey is aimed at finding ways and means for converting long-time bilateral friendship with Turkey into strategic economic partnership. Talking to media persons before leaving for Turkey, he said avenues for enhancing bilateral cooperation and convergence on regional issues will also be taken up during the discussions. He said besides a one-on-one meeting between Prime Minister Imran Khan and Turkish President, delegation-level talks with Turkish business community will also be held to foster investment opportunities in Pakistan and promote bilateral trade. Replying to a question about discussions on Afghan issue, the foreign minister said Turkey has played a very positive role in Afghan peace and reconciliation process and is in consonance with Pakistan's stance on the issue. Pakistan says it is looking forward to positive engagements with the United States at the leadership level. Foreign Office spokesperson Dr. Mohammad Faisal was also responding to the queries of media persons at his weekly news briefing in Islamabad today on the statement made by US President Donald Trump that he looks forward to meet the new Pakistani leadership. The spokesperson said President Donald Trump's remarks are indeed a departure from his 1st January 2000 tweet. When asked about the US withdrawal from Afghanistan, the spokesperson said Pakistan, being an immediate neighbor of Afghanistan, is entrusted that any development in that country may also lead to peace and stability in the region. Dr. Mohammad Faisal said that on the request of the US and Afghan government, Pakistan is facilitating direct peace talks between Washington and Taliban. The spokesperson once again rejected the Indian notion that they carried out surgical strikes inside Pakistan. He said Pakistan's desire for peace should not be construed as its weakness. Dr. Mohammad Faisal said Kashmir is a disputed territory and its resolution lies in plebiscite in accordance with the UN Security Council resolutions. He urged the international community to call upon India to stop its gross human rights violations in occupied Kashmir. He said India should allow the UN observer mission to visit the line of control to monitor ceasefire violations. President Donald Trump has said that he wants a great relation with Pakistan and is looking forward to meet new leadership. During cabinet meeting in Washington, President Trump announced that a meeting with the new leadership of Pakistan will take place very soon. He underscored that his administration has initiated peace talks with the Afghan Taliban. Minister for Information and Broadcasting Chaudhry Fawad Hussain has said that the improvement in Pak-US relations are important for regional stability. In a tweet, he said Pakistan has suffered immensely in war on terrorism. He said bilateral relations with the United States will further improve if the US understands Pakistan's significance and the role it played in war on terror. The information minister said peace in Pakistan is linked with Afghanistan. He pointed out that the US also has an important role in the context of Afghan stability. This is Radio Pakistan. President Dr. Arif Alvi has underscored the importance for promotion of the national language for unity and solidarity of the nation. He expressed these views during a briefing given to him by National Language Promotion Department in Islamabad today. The president said Urdu is our national, historical and literary asset, and all-out efforts should be made to promote it in every field. Dr. Arif Alvi said command on English language is required to meet the modern requirements, but it should not be at the cost of ignoring the national language. Speaker National Assembly Asad Qaisar has said that Pakistan is desirous of strengthening its relationship with Britain by promoting economic and parliamentary linkages. Addressing a ceremony of Pakistani diaspora in Manchester, United Kingdom, and he said that Pakistan and Britain enjoy cordial relations. Asad Qaisar appreciated the role of United Kingdom in stabilizing democratic institutions in Pakistan. He said overseas Pakistanis are an asset for the country and are its real ambassadors. Minister for Power Omar Ayub Khan has directed to depute additional ground teams and increased patrolling in the fog-hit areas to timely rectify any fault on high transmission lines. He issued these directives while personally monitoring and supervising the system at National Power Control Center in Islamabad today. The minister also monitored restoration of anti-DC lines in different areas of central and southern Punjab hit by dense fog. In occupied Kashmir, Indian troops in their fresh acts of state terrorism martyred 3 Kashmiri youth and injured dozens in firing on protesters in the Taral area of Pulwama district today. The youth were killed during a cordon and search operation in Gulshanpura area of Taral. The killing triggered massive anti-India demonstrations in Taral and other areas of the district. Over a dozen youth were injured when the troops fired bullets, pallets and tear gas shells on the protesters in Gulshanpura and Batagand areas of the town. The killings led to complete shutdown in Pulwama district. A Chinese newspaper, Global Times, has advised Indian media outlets to take an objective view of China-Pakistan economic corridor. According to a report of the newspaper, many Indian media outlets which have smeared the CPAC as a debt trap kept silent about a news report which clarified that debt from China made up only a small part of Pakistan's total debt burden. In Palestine, a dozen of Palestinians were injured in clashes with Israeli forces near the West Bank city of Nablus today. According to reports, the clashes erupted between local Palestinians and Israeli forces after hundreds of extremist Jewish settlers, backed by Israeli army troops, forced their way into a religious shrine in Nablus this morning. A North Korean diplomat in Italy has gone missing with his wife. This was revealed by a South Korean member of parliament in Seoul. In Norway, 4 tourists from Sweden and Finland have been missing in northern part of the country. According to reports, they are feared to have been swept away in avalanche occurred in an area popular with skiers. On the opening day of the second cricket test against South Africa at Cape Town, Pakistan in their first innings were 162 for 8 a short while ago. Earlier, South Africa won the toss and elected to field. And finally, the weather. Rain thunderstorm with snow over the hills is expected at scattered places in Malakand, Hazara, Rawalpindi divisions, Islamabad, Gilgit-Baltistan and Kashmir, while at isolated places in Peshawar, Kohat, Mardan, Bannu, Dera Ismail Khan, Quetta, Job, Sargodha and Gujranwala divisions during next 24 hours. Foggy conditions are likely to prevail in South Punjab and Upper Sindh during morning and night hours. However, snowfall over the hills and mountains is also expected in Murree, Malakand divisions, Gilgit-Baltistan and Kashmir from Friday night to Sunday morning. To end the news, here are some of the headlines once again. Prime Minister has left for Turkey on a 2-day official visit to discuss entire spectrum of bilateral relations with Turkish leadership. Pakistan says it is looking forward to positive engagements with the United States at leadership level. A Chinese newspaper, Global Times, has advised Indian media to take an objective view of China-Pakistan economic corridor. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and also watch live streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/radio Pakistan News Official.